What makes a good monitor good? I would say two main elements makes a monitor good. One is the low end, making sure that that translates correctly. So if you're hearing low end, you want to make sure that you're hearing it properly. Because if you put too much low end in because you think there's enough, it comes out not the way you want it to be. The other thing is the power of the speaker. Is it going to start self-compressing? Is it going to distort? And usually, in traditional sense, when you're dealing with a smaller speaker, you're not going to get the power and the bass. And the thing about these iLouds, the MTMs specifically, is I can get as much power as I would really need because I don't listen nearly as loud as I used to, but I can hear the low end as well, even at a lower value. So after you use the DSP on the speaker, you can really get almost everything you need out of it in a room that's not only not treated, but it goes loud. For the size it is, it's insane. You know, the big thing I've been doing a lot in the last year or so is traveling and being able to mix from different areas. And I'm not going to say that headphones aren't a great option, because they are, and I do use headphones in mixing. But the thing I do miss in headphones, no matter what the headphone, is the environment feeling that you get when you're mixing on speakers. So the number one thing I had to look for if I wasn't going to be in my normal traditional environment was a speaker that not only would be portable, but something that actually had power, that would never self-compress. The other thing I look for is how much bass can I get out of it, because if I'm not hearing the low end on things I need to hear it on, then it's going to be pointless. And headphones, you know, you can get a little bit of the low end thing figured out, but you're not hearing how it's going to relate to in the room, if something's vibrating the room and such. So finding the perfect equation to find not only the size of the speaker, how portable it can be, how much power you can get out of the speaker, meaning can I really jam it out when I need to, and the low end information. And once you kind of engage the DSP and get your speakers tuned up, not only am I getting the low end, I'm getting the power. I can listen to it quiet and still hear the low end. So it's got all those boxes checked for me for a speaker that I need to be portable. One thing people do know about me is the over-obsessive focus on the detail of if something is going to be accurate in the long term. Meaning if you're going to use a piece of gear, does it make sense that you use it the next time? Will it be practical? It's like falling in love the first time. Is it going to sustain itself long term? So I think for me, when you're dealing with headphones or speakers, it's got to be there for the long run. So sometimes you go, okay, it's going to cost more, it's going to be better, but that's totally not true. I was turned on to these iLouds from a friend that in a million years I never would have thought he would be using these for mixing. And the more I talked to certain people in the industry, the more I found that they're also using these things as a second option or a portable option. I don't think I would have ever known about them if I didn't need them for traveling. You're only really as good as your speakers. So if you're using headphones and you don't get that environment option, which is like listening to music in a room and how it reflects in a room. Because as you can hear, this is a very big room, and I've been mixing tons of stuff in it on these MTMs. Now tuning them to the room, you're going to help understand the balance. But if I hit stop on a snare, you're going to hear that trail of the room ambience. And I do feel like even in headphones, you're not getting that. Even if you're doing some kind of virtual room listening, it doesn't work the same. So I had to find a pair of speakers that were portable, that really had the great top end, that had the great bottom end and the power to do that. Traveling around, doing records in random places. I'm in Arizona right now in a completely untreated loud room. and I've done 3 albums here and a soundtrack. It's incredible. It sounds great. It's fun. I've got my little workstation now that I can really zone in on, that I'm absolutely familiar with, which is crazy because usually it takes me a week or so to learn speakers. These were like within the first evening, I totally felt comfortable on them, and every move I decided to make seemed well approached. Some speakers, you start boosting stuff in certain areas, and it's not about how you hear it. It's just the speaker cabinet doesn't like, resonates the tweeter on piano notes sometimes, or acoustic guitar stuff. This is great. This doesn't have any of that edginess, didn't need any burn-in time. It's just been really fun, which is my entire model. Be fun, have fun, make music.